Hello, Barendipitous here with another video for the board game shelf. And this is, and I am deliberately putting this on in the board game shelf playlist rather than the trading card game shelf playlist because of the way that these products here are packaged and meant to be played. So if you couldn't tell, these are Magic the Gathering things essentially. These two things are some of these just sort of got from like either a thrift store or some kind of like uh, a friend or a family. Like my mom found these ready to play Magic decks for very cheap, and so I'm like, hey, why not? Um, so yeah, I know a little bit about Magic, but I don't know the complexities of it. Looks like this is a green black deck from what I can tell. We got this foil Dragon's Guard Elite here. But yeah, green and black, that's what I'm seeing here. I'm not sure what set these are from necessarily. I'm seeing the year 2021, so a couple years old, I suppose. But yeah, so yeah, swamps and forests. There it is. Um, what is Magic the Gathering Arena of Card kind of thing. So yeah, these two things are different pre-constructed decks that are just ready to play, basically. You just take them out and play with them, and so I keep them in these boxes. The reason why so I do have other Magic the Gathering cards in my trading card game binders for display, but not these ones because all of these Magic the Gathering items are basically ready to play items. So that's also why I have them in on my. That's why I'm showing them off in the board game shelf section here because if you think of a board game as like a self-contained like gaming experience, that's kind of how I treat these. Looks like this is a blue-red deck. Okay, cool. I do like blue and red. They're fun. It's a fun combination. Foil Cyclonic Summoner. Yeah, once again, 2021. But yeah, so I have these two decks here for like if anyone wanted to just casually play a game of Magic, then I'm like, all right, yeah, here we have these two decks. Let's just go ahead and just like pick them up and play basically. And that's the general attitude of all of these different Magic the Gathering items. These two things. So I found these at a local game store. So these are basically like the world's smallest Magic the Gathering decks. You can see one is based on Nicol Bolas, a recurring villain in Magic the Gathering, and one is based on Ajani. So these are actually fully playable. Like if you look in here, these cards are very tiny. Here we go. So yeah, it's a magic card. These are magic cards, and hopefully you can kind of see. Hopefully the zoom won't be too bad here. It's kind of focus. Hopefully you can kind of see the text on there. Maybe not, but yeah, like you can actually yeah. So these are all playable cards. Like this is a playable deck. Looks like this is a white, green, red deck based on a Johnny. Uh, yeah, just a full deck that you can just play with, and then we have, of course, Nicol Bolas for the other one. I cannot remember what colors he is, so I'll quickly look at that here. But yeah, I just these two miniature decks combined it was like $10 total. So I'm like, why not, right? See, black. Okay, yeah, red, black, and blue for Nicol Bolas. So there you go. I got the. Actually, is there a copyright? Can I even read a copyright date on these things? Oh gosh, it's very tiny. I can barely. I think I see like a 1993 to 2011. So maybe a little bit on the older side. I'm not sure, but yeah. I had these things and they are playable. It's just kind of a sort of more of a novelty thing, really. So yeah, so there's that. I have those two tiny decks, and then um, I've always liked, and so this is unsanctioned. I've always liked the idea of the unsets. that Magic the Gathering has, just absolute just silliness. And this is basically a self-contained box. I could, even though I could, um, a big box for such a for so few things. Honestly, it's just these cards and these dice. But basically, the idea is that we have, I think these are what 20 card decks or something like that with lands in them, one for each of the 5 colors, right? And these are just silly, ludicrous decks, right? So things like Wall of Fortune. And there's a bunch of inside jokes. Richard Garfield, PhD, the guy who created Magic the Gathering. Um, yeah, Island with I think there's like a squirrel on there and stuff. Alexander Clamilton. Um, the whole Johnny combo player. There's a lot of inside jokes for Magic and for card games in general. But yeah, here's the green deck. I'm not going to take the time. Oh yeah, this card right here is ridiculous. We have who, what, when, where, and why on there. Elvish Impersonator, Free Range Chicken. This kind of mechanic of half animals sort of a thing. So you can kind of do this, right? And different effects. There's one card somewhere that's like take an old unopened Magic the Gathering pack and then do something with them or whatever, right? And all other kinds of just really wacky, zany things that you would never really see in normal Magic. Like these cards are they're not legal, shall we say? But I think they're rather hilarious, and I thought it'd be fun to have at least something like this as a sort of self-contained silly thing. And so the idea is basically you choose 2 colors, you choose 2 of these decks and combine them, and then your opponent chooses 2 decks and combines them. I guess it would be better if one person chooses 1 color and then the second player chooses 2 colors, and then the first player chooses their second color from there. Flavor Judge. Oh, I love stuff like this. Choose a target spell or ability that targets a permanent you control. Then ask a person outside the game if the story of what will happen makes sense. If they say no, sacrifice Flavor Judge and counter the spell. Look at me, I'm research and development. Look at me, I'm the DCI. I don't remember what DCI stands for, but just kind of yeah. I love, it's AWOL, just this monster just broke out of the card, the idea of that. Night of the Hokey Pokey, where you have to actually dance the Hokey Pokey. So just silly things like that, which is fantastic. There's also these dice here, which some of the cards do care about rolling dice, so they include them. There's a little insert here that kind of talks about the different decks and whatever. And then also as a nice little bonus, there's these beautiful land cards here, just for no reason. They're basically like Pringles chips though, unfortunately. But they look really nice. I like the way they shine. I like the designs of these, and then also of course token cards as well. Dragon. Oh, I do like this dragon token, by the way, because this is the art. This is the gold dragon art from the Dungeons and Dragons Monster Manual, and on the back there is the actual stat block for the ancient gold dragon from the Monster Manual, which I think is hilarious. I think there is a Sword of Dungeons and Dragons in here somewhere, but yeah, various tokens and stuff. But yeah, there you go. Those are basically the ready to play Magic the Gathering items that I have, which I have in the board game section because of their ready to play nature, and that's pretty much it. When I make I will in the TCG playlist, I'll have a video in there that shows the Magic cards I have in my binder. So if you're interested in that, you can check that out. But these are the I guess technically I have 1, 2, 3, 4 4 ready to play decks here, and then I guess technically 2 more because there's 5 half decks essentially. But yeah, lots of different ways to play. If you want to play normal Magic, I have these. If you want to play normal Magic but tiny, I have these. If you want to play stupid, silly Magic, I have unsanctioned. So there you go. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, All the best.